Hi, bestie. Oh my god, I'm so glad we could hang out today. I got you coffee. Huh? The bag? Oh, you want to know how to make one? Yeah, sure, I can show you. Hi, hello, and welcome to another video on my channel. I don't know if you know this about me, but one of my favorite things in the whole wide world is strawberries. I love how they smell, I love how they taste, and are so cute. And as we are now in May, what is time? Strawberry season is starting, and I was inspired to design and make, drum roll please, a bag. This is the strawberry picnic bag. So today I want to show you how to make your very own strawberry picnic bag, all the way from granny square to finished bag. There will also be a written instruction to this pattern available to download through my Ko-fi shop for free, of course, because the rest of the video is free and I don't want to charge for this tutorial. But there is, for transparency, no pressure, an option to pay what you want. But yeah, it is free. You can go and download it. This is a preview. Also, before we start, this will require you to know how to do all the basic crochet stitches like slip stitches, single crochets, double crochets, etc. But if you don't know how to make these, I have also made a little short with all the basic stitches, and I have also popped that in the description, so if you need some help to get started, it is there for you. Anyway, that is a lot of talking. I want to get going. I want to make a strawberry bag, so let's just start by making our first strawberry granny squares. Let's go. Alright, let's start our granny square. I am using a 3.5mm hook and DK weight yarn for this project. First, make a magic circle. Chain 3. This counts as your first stitch. Then place 11 double crochet stitches into the magic circle. Pull the yarn tail to close your magic circle and slip stitch into the first stitch. Chain 2. Place a double crochet into the same stitch. Then make 2 double crochets into every stitch, increasing from 12 to 24 stitches. Slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. Now, without chaining, make a half double crochet into the same stitch. Make a half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. In the next 2 stitches, place 2 double crochets into each stitch. In the next stitch, make 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Place a single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. In the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and a half double crochet. In the next, 1 half double crochet and 1 double crochet. Chain 1. We will now do the same sequence reversed. Make 1 double crochet and 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. In the next stitch, make 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. In the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 half double crochet. Make 2 double crochets into each of the next 2 stitches. Now make 1 half double crochet in each of the last 3 stitches. Slip stitch into the first stitch and fasten off. And that's our strawberry. Now we'll continue the square straight from the berry. I have swapped to using a light berry for contrast's sake, as the white yarn can be hard to see details in. For this round, we will be working into the back loops only. Attach your second yarn to the slip stitch you just made and chain 3. Make a treble crochet into the same stitch. I will also be crocheting over my yarn tails to weave them in as I go. In the next stitch, place 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, make a second double crochet. Then make a half double crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. In the next stitch, half double crochet. After that, double crochet into the next stitch. Next, make 2 treble crochets into the next stitch. Chain 2. Make 2 more treble crochets into the next stitch. double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Half double crochet in the next stitch. Place 1 single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. Chain 2. Place 1 single crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. Half double crochet in the next stitch. Make 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. In the next stitch, make 2 treble crochets. Chain 2. In the next stitch, make 2 double crochets. Half double crochets into the next 2 stitches. Make a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Half double crochet in the next stitch. And make 2 double crochets in the last stitch. Chain 2 and slip stitch in the first stitch. And that was the first round of the square. Now it will get a lot easier. For our next round, we will start by slip stitching in this large chain space. Chain 2. Place 1 double crochet in the same space. Now we will place 1 double crochet in each of the stitches along this edge. Now we've reached a corner, and to make a corner we will place 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 more double crochets in the corner space. Continue placing a double crochet into every stitch and making your corners for the rest of this row. Each side should have 14 stitches in this round. When you've reached the start of the row, place 2 double crochets in the beginning corner, chain 2 and slip stitch into the first stitch. See, now it looks a bit more like a granny square, or rhombus, as it were. For the next row, we will repeat the exact same thing as we just did. Slip stitch in the starting corner and chain 2, place 1 more double crochet into the chain space. Double crochet in every stitch. Make a corner by double crocheting twice, chaining 2 and double crocheting twice again in the same space. Continue like this around the square. Once we reach the starting corner, place 2 double crochets in the chain space, chain 2, slip stitch in the first stitch and fasten off. Each side should have 18 stitches in this row. And there we have our first strawberry granny square. Now make 12 more squares. I made 8 white squares with red berries and 5 red squares with peach strawberries. I will show you how to make the stem and leaves. This is a small applique that will be sewn onto the square. Start by making a slip knot and placing it on your hook. Chain 7. Skip the first chain and slip stitch in the next 3 stitches. Slip stitch and chain 4 in the next stitch. Skip the first chain, slip stitch in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch. Half double crochet in the next stitch. Slip stitch in the next chain and chain 4. Again, skip the first chain, slip stitch, single crochet and half double crochet. Slip stitch and chain 4. And repeat again. Skip the first stitch, slip stitch, single crochet and then half double crochet. Slip stitch somewhere around the base of the stem and fasten off, leaving a long tail to sew with. You can also tighten up your first slip knot at this point. To attach the stem, simply stitch it onto the granny square, making sure the stem is pointing straight up to the corner. Make sure you catch both the square and leaves when you sew. Tie it off and you're done. It's time to add seeds to the strawberries. I will be using seed beads, but you can of course skip the beads and opt for embroidery if you prefer. I will be using regular sewing thread held double to attach my beads. Make sure you have a needle that will fit through the opening of your beads. I sew the beads on row by row. There really isn't anything specific to how to do this. Place as many or as few beads as you like to mimic the seeds on a strawberry. Just make sure you sew through a stitch, not a gap between stitches, and don't go in and out of the same exact place when sewing, as that can make the bead go straight through your granny square. With all the beads and leaves sewn on, let's assemble the bag. Here's the grid I'm going to be using for this bag. 2 on top, then a row of 3, another row of 2, and then 1 square. I highly recommend using stitch markers to pin them together at this point. Now for the other side of the bag, we need to pin the squares in place so that the strawberries are pointing the other way. Attach 2 more squares in this row. Then 1 more square in the following row. And then 1 final row of 2 squares. Now we're going to fold this all in half and pin the bottom and sides in place as well before seaming it together. As you can see, we have 2 squares sticking out on the side. Fold it over and attach it to the squares on this side of the bag. Now we are ready to start attaching the squares. I will be starting from the middle, attaching my yarn and single crocheting the squares together through the back loop of both squares, following the diagonal lines. Once you reach one of the corners on the side of your bag, turn your bag over and work back up along the diagonal line to the center of this side. We've reached the center on the other side, and here we will turn around and work down the other side of the center square, continuing just like we did before. again, once we reach the corner at the bottom of the bag, flip the work over to work on the other side of the bag and work your way back up to the middle where we started again. Now we will start here at the corner and attach this diagonal. I will once again work through the back loops of both squares with a single crochet join. Just like before, when we reach the end of the diagonal on one side of the bag, we will flip the bag over and work the same seam on the other side. And then we'll repeat the same for the corresponding seam on the other diagonal. Now there are only two small seams left to attach, and those are the two bottom seams. Simply do what we just did with those two as well. With all seams finished, it is time to add straps to the bag. I will start in this corner of the bag, going into the chain space. I place one single crochet in each stitch until I reach the top corner. In the top corner, I place 2 single crochets, chain 2, and 2 more single crochets. Then I continue single crocheting into every stitch until I'm 1 stitch from where the squares meet in the middle. I go into the corner space of the square I'm working on, then the corner space from the middle square, and the corner space from the next top square, and single crochet 3 together. I then continue single crocheting until the next top corner where I make another corner. Repeat this all the way around the bag, making sure to make the decrease also where you started your round. Now we will work single crochets up to our corner, after which we will make a long chain for the straps. My chain was 120 stitches long, but I recommend trying out for yourself how long you want your straps to be. Depending on what yarn you use, you might want to change the amount of chains as well. I like this length, so 120 it is. Once the chain is done, I attach it with a slip stitch to the top corner of the next square and continue single crocheting to the decrease at the side of the bag. Here I make another decrease by single crocheting 2 together. Then I repeat what I did on the other side of the bag for the strap. After attaching the second strap, I single crochet back down to the beginning of the round, where I once again single crochet 2 together. I then continue on doing the exact same thing for another row, except I single crochet into every chain stitch for the strap. This is pretty fiddly, so do take your time. want my straps to be 3 rows wide, so I repeat this row 2 more times, but you can make them as thin or as thick as you want. Just make sure you keep making your decreases in the sides. And that is the bag. Now we only need to weave in a bunch of ends. This is entirely optional, but I will be lining my bag. This will make it a bit sturdier, and it will also prevent the squares from stretching over time. You can make a pattern by measuring your bag, or you can do the very professional and scientific method of tracing the bag. I place a paper under the bag at exactly the middle and trace around the shape. I then take a ruler to clean up the lines. Since I only traced half the bag, I will place this on the fold of my fabric. OG viewers recognize this pink cotton, it's the lining of many a bag I've made. I add about ½ inch of seam allowance when I cut out my piece, and then of course I cut out a second piece for the lining. I will now be sewing along the sides, diagonal on the bottom and the bottom of the lining. I notched the top corners and the center of the bag, as I will be folding these over for the top hem, and this will help it fold nicely. I am then placing the lining into the crochet bag, and I will be pinning the lining to the top to line up the shape. I will now sew around the top of the bag from the outside. I sew from the outside to avoid the machine snagging on any of the crochet stitches. Make sure you catch the lining all the way around. You can also hand stitch the lining to the bag, of course. And now, that is the bag, and now we are all done. That is how to make your very own strawberry picnic tote bag. Yay! I am honestly so happy with how this project turned out. I started kind of on a whim. All I knew is I kind of wanted to make a crochet bag. And then suddenly I had made a strawberry granny square, and now here we are. The next time I make one, I think I want to buy new beads for both colours of strawberries. Bugs me a little tiny bit that the red beads are bigger than the yellow beads, but it's cute anyway, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a mistake, it is a design feature. This might be my favorite thing I have ever designed, actually. So yeah, I kind of want to make more straight away. Maybe one with blue and white background. Maybe one with pink and yellow. Maybe. But yeah, like I said at the start of the video, if you want a written instruction to go along with what we have done in the video, please head on over to my Ko-fi link where you can find it free to download. I might pop it on Ravelry too. We'll see. I have made a pattern PDF, so maybe. We'll see. And if you do make this project, please, 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 please tag me, because I would love to see. Tag me in your work in progress, tag me in your finished bags. I would love to see what you make. Also, if you just make something else with the strawberry squares, I would love to see that as well. You can also use the hashtag strawberry picnic bag. And yeah, I will make a highlight on my page on Instagram, and I could make a little showcase on here as well. Tag me in your projects if you make them, I would love to see. But yeah, anyway, that is all I have today. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you started or you are starting your own strawberry picnic bag after watching this video, what colours are you going to be picking? Let me know in a comment down below, and if you are not about to make a strawberry bag, leave your favourite fruit emojis in a comment down below as well, and maybe we can make a collective fruit favourites bag in the future. Consider it dipping your toes into a community project. And while you're there in the comments, please like the video if you liked it. I would super appreciate that as well. If you are new here, hi, hello and welcome. I am so happy to see you. If you want to see more of what I make in the future, please consider subscribing and also ring the little bell if you want to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I post all kinds of fun stuff on here: crafting challenges, weekly vlogs, crafting recaps, tutorials. So if this sounds like fun and something for you, please feel free to stick around and join the little community we have going here on the channel. Anywaysies, I will now let you go and enjoy the rest of your day and maybe your new project. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay safe, make stuff you love, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!